Hello, my name is Patrick Acer. I'll be acting as school counselor for this scenario.
I'm Maya Fair.
How old are you, Maya?
I'm 17.
What grade are you in?
11.
You seem very tired.
Yeah, I am.
Now, you came into my office today to talk about some of your anxieties. And so what we're going to be doing is the Look at My Worries activity. What this is just a little arts and crafts activity using the paper and markers in front of you to kind of draw what your anxiety looks like, whether it looks like a monster, whether it looks like a place, whether it looks like just a test or anything like that. And so with this, I'll be able to help process through some of these emotions with you so you can understand where your anxiety comes from, what happens, and ways that we can help fix this and help reduce some of these anxious symptoms. Does that sound okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, before we do start, I have to let you know about informed consent. What informed consent is that you have given consent to actually participate in these activities, as well as anything that you would say that would be needed to be mandated to report. I would have to do that, as well as everything which happens to be said in this room will stay in this room. This will hold confidentiality. So if you say something that you don't want anybody else sharing, let me know. And nothing said in this room will be said outside of this room. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you can start drawing your worry monster. So throughout this activity, I'll ask you some questions just to try and pick your brain. So what do you do for fun? Do you do any hobbies? Do you work?
I have 2 jobs. I work at a pizza shop and a foster house. And then I go hang out with my friends when I have time. And I don't do any sports anymore, but I'm a water girl for the football team. Got it.
Do you have fun being the water girl?
Yes.
So when you hang out with your friend or your friends, what do you do? Do you just hang out? Do you go out to get coffee, or what do you do?
Most times you just stay at the house because we hang out late because of my job. And then in the morning we normally go out for breakfast to a local coffee shop by our house.
Okay. You're not enjoying this.
I'm a bad drawer.
So tell me something about some of your worries in school. Do you plan on going to college? Do you not plan on going to college? Are there any tests that you are fearing?
I don't mind school. I cannot do a keystone. I have failed the keystones for the last 3 years. So I suck at taking tests. But I want to go to college. I want to be in the medical field. Just don't know where at.
Okay.
But I want to be somewhere in there.
I'm sorry, our budget does not afford crayons. We had to pull these from all the teachers' offices. So tell me about your worry monster that you're working on right now.
Right now I'm coloring him red for anger. About it. He has spiky teeth.
His spiky teeth.
Yes.
So why is he angry?
Because I'm going to draw my school and my work. And they make me angry because my father makes me have a job. The age is 17 and he doesn't let me take off. He thinks I can juggle it all the time. I can't. It makes me mad.
So a lot of your anger and stuff comes from your dad, as well as your environments.
Yes, sometimes. He expects too much, but doesn't give as much back.
Okay. I can understand where that can be aggravating and just sometimes infuriating. especially like in younger ages. Now, tell me more about school. Tell me more about like your college plans and things. Do you plan on going to college of anything?
I plan on visiting colleges this year. I just haven't had time to. But I plan on visiting colleges. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I have a 3.9 GPA,
That's really good.
so I could probably get where I want to be.
So tell me about work. Does it bring you any stress? Does it just make you angry?
It's not that work makes me mad. I like working at Jake's. I have a lot of friends at Jake's because we're all high schoolers. But it it gets annoying because I don't get time to myself ever. And then when I'm off, my parents are like, "Why are you off?" Or if I come home early, they're like, "Why would you not just stay?" Like, I don't know.
Now, would you say your parents are a big source of stress?
Yes, they expect too much, but they never give back.
Now, tell me about school. Is school aggravating for you as bad as the jobs, or
I don't mind school honestly. The homework becomes rough with the jobs, but other than that, I kind of like going to school. It gets me away from everyone, family member wise. And I get to see all my friends. It's really not awful.
so I see you're drawing some places on your picture, which will be shown once she's done here. Uh, can you tell me about some of them?
Okay, so far I have Jake's. It makes me mad because they expect too much. They always want me working. They never expect you to have a day off. If you're scheduled for 5 hours, you're really there for 10. They just don't look at how us kids are ever. They just kind of expect that we're there and we're going to give them our all every day, 24/7. Um, School's on there because of homework. I don't have time to do homework because of work. And it gets to bring me back a few, and then I start failing some tests, which doesn't help. So school's on there with homework. And then the foster house is my second job that I just got. And I don't like it there, but I'm not allowed to quit because my dad works there. So, it's on
Now, you talk about your parents a lot. What about your siblings? What are your relationships like with them? You're allowed to be honest.
Look at that. My brother, he's home, but he's not. I never really see him much. Between me being at work and him being in school, we don't see each other very much. When we talk, sometimes he's always angry. Other times he does want to be there for me. It just depends on his mood. And then, but yeah, we just don't really see each other much. It's always busy.
How close would you say that you're done with the, or are you still with the?
Close.
Okay.
Ew.
What?
I don't like to say that.
So tell me about school. What are some of your favorite classes?
Math. English was really easy for me. And then science isn't awful. I hated chemistry though. Lots of chemistry. There was enough time in my day to learn chemistry.
Yeah, chemistry is pretty hard. It's all math more than science.
It's not even like math that makes sense. It's just a lot of letters. Okay.
Just count by 8.
I'm done.
All right. So since Maya's now done with the picture, she'll show it to the camera.
All right.
Yep. So as she's listed before, she has her home, which is family, school, which is homework, foster house and Jake's, which are both places of employment. So out of those 4 spots, what do you think gives you the most anxiety or makes you worried the most or stressed?
Jake's.
Jake's?
Jake's.
Is it because they don't treat you right? Is it because what's the reason?
There's too many hours, and when you ask to like not work, they kind of like give you attitude back. They they like talk about other workers when they're not there. So I can only imagine what's being said about me. Stuff like that. It's a whole bunch of guys. There's not very many girls. You don't work with the girl when you're there. There's only one girl, so it's just a whole bunch of you and a whole bunch of dudes. Kind of irks me.
Okay. So when your anxiety does come up, what are like the most common times where it does? Does it happen when you're like stressed? Does it happen when
Driving.
driving?
When I'm driving. Yeah, because I'm always by myself. So I can actually think.
Is it normally like before and after an activity?
Normally before.
Before the activity. Okay. Now, where does this worry monster live for you? Does it live in your mind? Does it live?
My brain.
Yeah, you can go to the fridge. So it lives in your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's completely normal. A lot of times, what people will have, they'll have their anxiety come before or after an actual event. You've probably seen some people actually have an anxiety attack or a panic attack during the event because they feel very stressed, they feel very out of place, they feel all these different emotions. Now, what does it do to you? Does it make you scared? Does it make you shake? Does it make you have anything physical or mental?
I just
occur?
feel nervous, pretty much. I don't really shake or stuff like that, but it's not very often. So I just like kind of get like a stomach ache,
Okay.
I guess.
Well, that's a very common reaction because it will make your parasympathetic nervous system react, which will cause a physiological reaction, being a stomach ache or being a headache or anything along those lines. Where do you think this comes from? Like what major stressors?
Proving that I can do everything, even though I can't. I try to prove I can work 8 days a week. There's only 7 days in a week. I can't do it. Or trying to prove I can juggle 2 jobs and homework. I'm not gonna be able to do it. So.
Well, knowing that you're in summer right now, do you think you'll drop a job once the school year starts back up again?
I'm gonna wait a couple months and see how it works out, but I have a feeling I will be dropping one sooner than later.
Okay. So how do you feel now that you've actually like talked about some of these worries and things? Do you feel like you've made some progress?
Yeah.
Now, there I will probably provide you some ways once the recording is over how to really like take a look at these from more of an objective standpoint and how to kind of reduce some of these anxieties. One of the things are through mindfulness meditation. What that is, mindfulness meditation is the most objective way of looking at your surroundings and looking at everything through basically a third perspective. So where you see yourself as, oh, I am Maya, I am a worker, I am this, this, and this, you look at yourself not from your eyes, but from the environment.
Mm-hmm.
yes, I am a worker, yes, I am a student, but you don't see the struggles, you don't see the third item, you don't see the traits and behaviors that you have, only the ones that are most observable. Now, what that will do, it'll show you what you do have control of and what you don't have control of. Yes, you have control of the quality of work that you do, but you do not have control of the hours that you get placed on, which, from what I know, is a major thing for you.
Yeah.
Now, with something like that, you can do it at any point in the day, at any point in time. It'll take only like a minute or two. Just sit down, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, and just take a deep breath. And you'll be able to really take a look at your environment. Now, I want to say thank you for your time and thank you for coming to my office. Is there any last minute questions that you have for me?
Mm-mm.
Do you think this was helpful?
Yes.
Would you recommend something like this for your friends or family?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your time, Maya. Hope to see you again.